Excellent. Looks like it's working. If somebody else could talk so I can see if my audio output is working, that'd be great. Yo, yo,
Chest
yo.
1, 2, 3.
Excellent. Just need to adjust some gain. Perfect. All right, there we go. So, this is issue 1 of our Sentinels of the Multiverse TTRPG game. An excellent superhero system that is very kind of narrative focused. So tonight we're gonna go through how the game plays and like how the Foundry implementation of it works. Foundry does not have all of the bells and whistles because the Foundry system hasn't been updated since version 11, and Foundry is currently on version 13. So you won't get the fun like bouncy dice across the screen and stuff. You'll just get the results in the chat window. Just because I couldn't find any way to get that work without downgrading my Foundry, and it was like, So we will go through what's on a character sheet very quickly. C should open your character sheet.
Yep.
Sorry, what should open the character sheet?
C.
Oh.
Or just find it under the meeple.
Or just find it on the actor tab under heroes.
Like just pressing the letter C?
Yep.
That doesn't work, but I can click the Pearson icon.
Perfect. All right. So the tabs across the top. The first one, hero. That's your basic kind of role-playing type stuff, like your name, your superhero name, your, what you look like, the stuff that you pick, like your background, your power source, and your principles. Principles are like some role-playing things, primarily. So like Die Hard has principle of the defender, so he tends to put himself in harm's way to defend other people.
It's true.
The minor twists and the major twists, those are things that you can lean on when things go wrong when you're doing things, which we'll explain momentarily. If you take a twist, you don't have to take one of these ones. These are just things that kind of play into what your character believes, what they stand for. At the bottom of that tab, you'll see 3 things. There's your hero points, which you will accumulate over the session. At the end of the session, those hero points convert into bonuses for the next game. So if you earn 5 hero points, you could get like a +4 bonus and a +1, or a +2 and a +3, or 5 +1s. The thing is they only apply to the next issue. So you don't get to stockpile them up. The next one over is back issues, so you can like list each issue that your character appears in. Once you've done 6 issues, then you get a collection, and collections have story ramifications. There's things you can do with collections. It's sort of how your character evolves and improves. The more collections you have, the more things that you can call on. There's no XP. Generally speaking, your character is not going to vastly improve from what they are currently. Just like in comic books, Superman's been around since like 1938 or whatever it is, or 36. He is still pretty much the same. Every once in a while they give him a new power, and then the new writers are like, no, we don't like that power, and they take it away again.
It's the collections that really do it, right? Like once you get 8 collections like we did back in the day, it gets silly.
The next tab, the Powers tab. At the top, you'll see your character's powers, your qualities, your status dice, and your current status. Basically, your health. Powers are pretty generic. For example, the game isn't so nitty-gritty that like an agility of a D8 means you can move X number of feet per round or anything of that nature. It will affect the dice pool that you roll when you try to do something, but it's not nitty gritty. It's not like, oh shit, I could have moved 5 more feet. What if I do that? Qualities are kind of like skills. And then your status die, depending on what your personality is, your status die will change as you take damage. So, for example, for Dynamo, you'll see that your status dice, when you're healthy, it's a D6. When you're a little beaten up, it's a D6. When you're really badly beaten up and the chips are down, it goes all the way up to a D12. So different personalities will have different status things. There's no automation, so when you take damage, you'll have to manually track your health. And as you take health, the status die will change. You'll go from green to yellow to red.
Nice. I'm just checking how things change, and if you scroll down on your current health,
yep,
until you get to your yellow, then under abilities, the yellow section lights up.
Yep.
Nice.
So generally speaking, when you make a roll in this game, you're going to choose what power you're using, what quality you're using, and what your current status is. That will form a dice pool. So, for example, if Die Hard wants to hit somebody with his signature weapon, he would click the signature weapon, and then probably close combat, and then his current status die, and then you roll the little dice icon. Normally, the important number is the middle number. You'll see there's a max, a mid, and a min. Basically, maximum result on your dice roll, middle result on your die roll, minimum result on your die roll. Most of the time, that mid number is how effective you are. So, for example, if Die Hard was trying to punch a villain with this attack roll, he would do 5 damage. There is no roll to hit. Attacks are assumed to hit, and damage is applied. So underneath that section, you'll see where you can add bonuses and penalties. So that's as you when you get boosts and stuff like that, you will create penalties. Villains may do what's called a hinder action to give you a penalty. And you can just make note of those, and then that way they can automatically apply to your die roll. You just type in the name, what you want to call the bonus or penalty, click the appropriate value, and then click whether it's persistent or exclusive, which I'll explain when we get to those. Underneath that are your abilities. Abilities are special ways you can do certain things. Like everybody can attack, but you might have an ability that lets you attack using your max die, or lets you attack more than one person, or lets you attack and hinder somebody. They're usually enhancements to the basic actions. Or their special abilities. Like a few characters have things that reduce the damage they take. So while they're in green, they take 1 less. When they're in yellow, they take 2 less, and when they're in red, they take 3 less. Normally, you can use your green abilities anytime. Once your status or the scene turns to yellow, as Anita mentioned, you'll see the yellow abilities kind of lose the grayed out, and then you can use those. And then when you or the scene get to red, you can use those. That's pretty much it for those. Auxiliary powers you don't have to worry about. Nobody has auxiliary powers. Minions, only Yorick has to worry about minions. That's basically it for the character sheet. We will go through as we're playing, obviously, because for many of us this has been a while. For Mark, it's all brand new. When it comes to action scenes, in an action scene there is a tracker that will get progressively. Basically the scene has zones just like characters do: green, yellow, red. If it gets all the way to red, the scene ends. Something dramatic happens. Villain gets away. Factory explodes. Alien overlords land. Whatever. Something dramatic happens that ends the scene. So your goal in an action scene is always to accomplish what you need to do before that tracker runs out. It's a built-in timer for how long an action scene goes. In an action scene, characters can do one of 5 things. It's very simple. You can attack. Attack is I do damage to a thing. The actual how the attack happens is entirely on you to describe. Kind of look at like the power you're using, the quality you're using, and kind of just like describe it. And that's, whether you're trying to like take out a villain or take out a couple of minions, doesn't matter. If you're trying to break something, that's usually an overcome. The other action you can do, or another action you can do, is an overcome. Overcome in this game is basically anything that would be a skill roll in another game. Leaping onto a speeding car, or hacking a computer system, or reprogramming Ultron. Those are all overcome actions. How well you roll will determine whether you succeed or fail, and how well you succeed or fail. For your principles, if you have a principle that applies to your overcome action, A, you get to use your maximum die roll, but B, every character gets a hero point. So, for example, if like the villains are like getting away, they're jumped in their car, they're speeding away, and Die Hard, with his principle of the defender, like jumps in front of the car to like push the nanny who's like taking her like charge out for a walk across the streets of Rook City, which is highly dangerous. And he gets hit by the car. He would get to use his maximum die for the overcome, and everybody gets a hero point. There are degrees of success. We'll go through those later. Boost or hinder. Boost is to give yourself or an ally a bonus, and hinder is to give an opponent a penalty. And you get to name it. It could be like, I poke his eyes, and that's going to give him a hindrance. Some of them are persistent. You might have abilities that do that. Persistent means it is, once you create it, it's there until somebody gets rid of it. Otherwise, they're one and done. Exclusive, you can only use one exclusive bonus and one exclusive penalty. So if you have multiple bonuses, exclusive bonuses, you can only use one. Defend. If you decide to defend as your action, you roll 1 die. Defend action is all of your dice. You roll your dice, and then the middle result is used to defend against the next attack you take. It's not all of the attacks, it's just the next attack. Reactions. All characters have one reaction innately. Some abilities may give you others. That one is called Hit the Deck. Basically, you can defend yourself. You roll 1 die, and you do take a minor twist. Twists are plot complications. That's pretty much it for action scenes. If there's any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I will explain the next two type of scenes, and then we'll kind of get into things.
I got a quick question about the current health.
Yep.
So it's given me a number 36, I believe. Is that a number I have to remember as my maximum, like, ever or anything? Is that like a record keeping thing I need to keep track of? Or
Yeah. Actually, your maximum is 32.
okay.
Yep. But yeah, no, your current
It won't
health-
let you go up above your current health.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
if you keep pressing the up arrow, it'll stop at whatever your max health is.
Okay. Somehow Chris just robbed me of 4 health for some reason.
It's because when I was going through your character, I thought you had 36 health, but you only had 32.
Oh, I see.
I
And when it goes down to a certain point, is that scene status going to automatically change, or do I have to know it's going to change from green to yellow to red?
The scene status, I will let you know. Your health status will automatically change as your health drops.
Okay.
Anita, you had something?
I'll do it after game.
Okay.
It's just how to add the drug resistance in, but you can do that after game.
Oh, you see where it says qualities?
Yes.
Click the little plus sign.
Okay.
And then you'll see, it'll say, like, I think it says
NAD4.
NAD4. So right click that and there'll be an edit.
Okay.
And then you just change the name and change it to a D8. Nice and simple. All right. The second type of scene is a social scene. Social scenes in this game, social scenes are not just the characters talking to one another. I mean, by all means, feel free to roleplay and talk to one another. That's, it's kind of what we do. We did a lot of that in the Forbidden Lands game. A social scene is, within the game context, is something that is impactful or meaningful. So, like, if the hero reveals a secret that makes them vulnerable, or they compromise, that might come up. Like, say you guys get a meeting with, like, a big bad, but not the big bad, and he's like, "Well, sure, I'll help you out, but you guys need to do this." But if you compromise, that's big. That's dramatic. Going to your coffee shop and having a coffee and a croissant and going like, "Hey, I was thinking of going on patrol tonight. Who wants to come?" Not terribly dramatic. Not a social scene within the game context. A social scene within the context of the game, once you have done it, and these are things like telling a truth that's uncomfortable but progresses the scene, or allows their principles to kind of come to the forward, or violates one of their principles. Stuff like that gets a hero point for everybody, not just the people involved in the scene. The example I like is, like, if Peter Parker is having dinner with Mary Jane, that's not a social scene within the game context. If he's having dinner with Mary Jane because he plans to tell her that he's secretly Spider-Man, that is dramatic, and that gets everybody a hero point. Regardless of how many people and how many big truths get dropped in a scene, there is a maximum of 1 hero point per social scene. Generally speaking, if you're playing amongst yourselves, there's no die rolls in a social scene. If you're trying to convince, like, a potential villain to do something, that may require an overcome. The last type of scene is the montage scene. Montage scenes are basically like downtime in other games. Classic training montage, or the, like, cheesy rock ballad type of deal. Bonus points if it's by survivor. At the start of a montage scene, minor twists are resolved. Boosts and hinders go away. Temporary effects disappear. Each player kind of describes what they're doing during the montage scene. And during this is how you heal, this is how you recover. When you recover during a montage scene, you go to the maximum of the next zone up. So if you're in the red, you go to the maximum health for your yellow. If you're in the yellow, you go to your maximum health for the green. And then describe how your character heals. Like, are you like Wolverine and you just need some beer? Or are you like, a week in the ICU? You can help another person recover. And if you do, then they recover an extra zone of health. So if Die Hard has gotten the shit kicked out of him and he's like finishes off the action scene in the red, he recovers by himself, gets up to yellow. But if somebody helps him, he gets all the way up to green. The other thing you can do during a montage scene is you can describe how you prepare for the next scene and give yourself a boost going into the next scene. Like hitting the library, talking to underworld contacts, hitting the gym. Spying on a warehouse, sharpening your weapons, all that sort of stuff. In a nutshell, that's the game. Oh, one very important thing. If you have a bonus, you get to decide when it applies. And it's applied after you roll. So after you see which die is your max, your mid, and your min, you apply the bonus then. So you determine, like, if like a 5 is your mid die and you have a +4 bonus, you're like, okay, 5 is my effect. Now I add the +4 to bring that up to a 9. It does not change which is your maximum or your minimum or your mid die. You determine which position you have first, and then you add the bonus or penalty. If you apply a penalty on an enemy, you get to decide when it applies.
Chris, if I remember correctly, and it's been a while, it's whoever created the bonus, isn't it? Is it whoever created it, or is it whoever has it?
It's whoever created it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And that's come up before, so sometimes it matters.
Yeah. So if if Dynamo creates a boost on Die Hard, Dynamo determines when it applies.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's it. Are there any questions? It is mechanically a fairly simple game. It does lean very narrative, so you guys do get a lot of leeway in how you describe things. Like if you describe that you punch the villain and you've got like some sort of power to knock him through a wall, and you want to knock him through the wall, when we don't do a bunch of math to go, well, the diameter or the thickness of the wall is this, and it's made out of brick, and he's traveling X. No, it's like, I want to punch him through the wall. Well, there you go, you punch him through the wall. So remember that when you're describing things.
And one thing to note, Chris, if I may, is when you're looking at your powers, guys, what your powers could do, remember, it's just one word for most powers, right? What your powers could do is kind of up to you within the spirit of that word, right? So like Die Hard has speed, which is the same thing as the Flash would have. Now, Die Hard's a regular person. He can't vibrate through a wall. I mean, there's a different power for that anyway, but like the stuff that Flash can do with the speed and the stuff that Die Hard can do with the speed, even though it's the same power, is different. Right?
Yeah. It's very much...
since we're doing the street level thing, that's important.
Yeah.
I spent hours in my last character describing how my invisibility worked.
Yes. Basically, as we play and as you kind of develop your characters, feel free to kind of like not necessarily put limitations on them, but kind of like hone in on what exactly your character is, what your character does, how they do things.
So just to do an example from what Tony just said, since vitality is my D8 power, could I like explain that as this is like basically I'm like a tank build versus I'm not necessarily a tank, but I have something akin to Wolverine's regeneration?
Yes.
Is that a different power in itself? Okay.
You could. The easiest would do, like, it won't increase your health, but you could do things like minor cuts and scrapes heal fairly quickly, and then actual damage to your health just requires some time. But you could absolutely use that as your definition for like why you heal during the montage scene. But you could also do things like, say you're up in a building and, 5 stories below you, you see the bad guys getting away in the car. You could be like, well, to heck with
Superhero
it.
landing.
Superhero landing. Let's go. And then you could use vitality in your die pool for that.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's a really good example because like Die Hard has vitality as well, right? But he cannot jump off 5-story building because he's just a
Right.
person. And even though those powers are the same, they behave different in the narrative.
But in
I
Die Hard's
predict by
case,
issue 3, you will be jumping off buildings and saying, "I regret my life choices."
yeah. But you, at the same time, you could. 5 stories is a big fall, but if there's like an awning nearby, you could be like,
Yeah, he can grab flagpoles and he could parkour down with it, but
Yeah.
he can't just jump, right?
yeah. But in that case, you could probably use your agility if you wanted to.
I would prefer to.
So same result, different ways to do it, different dice pools, as opposed to I have this feat, so I can do this thing.
Oh, Chris, I got another question for you.
Yes.
Because I forget. What is it? A D4 if you don't have an appropriate power or quality?
If you do not have an appropriate power or a quality, it is a D4.
Okay, yeah.
An important thing with the D4 is the D4 is not likely to be your max die, and if it is, you rolled shit anyway. And it's probably not likely to be your mid die. It's probably not likely to be your effect die, but it does skew things a little bit. And if you're so odds are your D4 is probably going to be your min die. So it's not like, well, I'm really really shitty at this, so I can't do it. Yeah. If you've got like a D4 and then you've got like, a couple of D8s, you've got pretty good odds of getting like a 5 or a 6 for your effect. That's not terrible. It just skews things a little bit. Makes things interesting.
And that's how you'd punch somebody if you didn't have close combat, for example.
Yep. The very last thing for actions. There's no initiative system. Sort of. Somebody goes first, kind of depending on the situation, and then that person decides who's going to go next.
All right, yeah.
So the scene gets its own initiative tracker. That's what ticks up the scene marker every time the initiative passes to the scene. And if there's an environment in play, that's when the environment will work. So it could be like say Anita's character starts things off for whatever reason. She could go does her thing and then says, okay, I'm going to pass the initiative to Yorick. Yorick does his things and say like, I'm going to pass the initiative to Mark. Mark does his thing, so I'm going to pass the initiative to Trevor. The downside is if you guys do all of your actions up front, then all of the environment and scene and villains are all going to dogpile somebody.
I was about to say, can I just go, I'm going to let villain A go now?
You absolutely can.
And a lot of times you want to. That turned into
it sounds like there are reasons when you might want to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the environment, because the environment gets a turn and the tracker ticks up as when it gets its turn, if I remember.
Yes, it does.
So if you choose to let the villain go next, do you as the storyteller, narrator, decide who goes after that?
I do.
Oh, okay.
It's the whole thing. It's really cool. Actually.
Yeah. So it is a little bit of risk. If I've got like a bunch of guys and you pass it to me, I could keep it. But then again, if I have all my villains go, then you guys are going to be able to curb stomp them. And there is like some give and take there. I mean, I'm not out to get you guys. You guys are out to get my bad guys, but that's beside the point. So yeah, it's not like an antagonistic thing. We're just trying to do whatever would look cool. If there are minions in play, though, minions all go on the same turn.
Oh, okay.
So if I have like 6 goons, they all go at the same time. And minions can be dangerous if not dealt with quickly.
So it sounds like Yorick is playing an overlord type with minions. If it's his turn, does he and his minions all go at the same time?
His minions go before him.
Okay.
I believe. I have to double check.
I think so,
yeah. Create a minion to... It acts at the start of your turn. So
it's
yes,
the minions and then the
yes,
master / person. Okay.
right. So if you the reason they go at the start of the turn is because they can't act the turn that you make them. And the same thing, like if my environment brings in minions, they go at the start of the environment turn, which means that's already passed, and they don't get to go until the next environment turn.
The thing with minions is they only roll one dice, but if there's 5 of them and they're all rolling d6s,
Yeah,
like that adds up pretty quick, right?
it
Five
adds up.
d6. I got 34 health. That's a chunk of it.
Yep.
It kind of sounds like I don't remember what edition of D&D it was we played where someone ran an all evil goblin game and we just had a ridiculous number of goblins to just pile up and swarm the good guy party. It was just like it was ugly because someone did the math. It's like, no, I don't know which edition of D&D it was, but it was just ridiculous.
All right. But with that, unless there's any questions, we'll kind of kick things off here.
Yeah, no, it's really straightforward once you get used to it. Once you like 2 scenes and you guys will have it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So this is Rook City. Rook City is in our game world. It is essentially like Detroit, Windsor. It's kind of an amalgamated city that straddles the Canadian and American border, with a single bridge and a tunnel. Because I picture at some point villains will probably try to blow up the tunnel. It is corrupt. It is Gotham. It is the Sentinel universe version of Gotham. And the corruption runs deep. The politicians, the police force, everybody, like it's the sort of corruption where like even on the Canadian side, the hospitals are all like overbilling and stuff like that. The city is just, it's not a good place. That doesn't mean that there aren't heroes. There aren't people who step up. Hero might be generous. We'll say vigilantes. But there are people who heed the call, who are like, this city can be better. And even if the city is doomed, the people need protecting. There are still good people here. There are still innocent people here. And they need somebody to watch out for them, to stand up for them. For various and sundry reasons, which I think we will explore as the issues go on, your characters have come to Rook City. Either born and raised, or found and reactivated. But for whatever reason, Rook City is your home. And why don't we just kind of go around and folks can introduce themselves in case anybody is listening to this or watching this, as well as their character. And if nobody wants to go first, I will randomly decide.
Do we need to roll initiative? Oh wait, we don't roll initiative.
Oh
no, he's going to assign.
You could pass it. You go first, and then you could pass it to the next person.
There you go. That's
why am I?
Because you were talking first.
Oh, damn it. Okay, my name's
And you
Anita.
don't have a name.
I do. Thank you. I don't have a last name yet. I am a Gen X gamer who's been gaming since she was 15, 16, whenever Tony got me into this silly game. Not this one in particular. It was DC Heroes and Marvel Face Rip. Was it Face Rip back then?
Yep.
We're ancient. So yes, I have gamed a lot and playtested a lot, and soon hope to be running again, but we'll see. I've played this game before. I'm Chris's wife. I've known Tony since we were 11. I've known Trevor since I was 15, 16. Whenever Tony got me into this silly game. I've known Mark for ages, like 18 or 20 years. And now I'm going to stop because that's getting kind of depressing. Known York forever. I am playing Cassandra, who does not have a last name yet. My alias is Solstice. She's a 27-year-old woman. Really not terribly dramatic looking. She's 5'8". She's got green eyes. She normally would have dirty blonde hair, but she has it dyed dark blue. She looks a bit undernourished. She is a university student. And I don't know what else you want me to say about her, Chris.
No, that's fine. Other stuff we can find out as we go.
Sure. I will pass it to Tony, just for being a jerk.
Oh, well. Well, all right. Well, the first thing I want to point out is that I absolutely did get you into this game. This particular
Yes, you did.
game, because we played it
You did get me into this particular game as well.
as well.
But yeah,
yes.
we seem to have a superhero theme thing.
But yeah, I am. Yes, we love superheroes. I am also a Gen X gamer. Been gaming for, well, Anita already gave the bios for just about everybody. Trev and I started playing D&D forever ago.
1983.
There you go.
I was going to say you were 8.
I was very young. 83.
You were 11.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe 10.
I was 10 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
I am no longer 10. I am playing Die Hard. Timothy Williams. He is, strangely, in a superhero game, just a normal person. He has no superpowers. He doesn't. He can't fly. He can't shoot lasers. He can't make minions. His best ability is he's very good at getting punched in the face and standing back up, and then getting punched in the face again. That is his job.
I didn't hear no bell.
That's right. Yeah, I could do this all day. That's what he does. But yeah, so he's a normal guy. He's very well trained, right? Like he's a skill-based character, but he's early 30s, just 5'10". He's a MMA fighter. He used to be, could have been a guy, got hurt, and now he's a bouncer at a bar. And I will pass on to Mark. Why not?
Hello, everybody. I'm Mark. I'm a longtime gamer, going back to AD&D First Edition in the mid '80s. I enjoy all manner of RPGs, Palladium games when I was younger, White Wolf games. I have enjoyed superhero games when I've had a chance to play them. This is my first time playing this, so I will be learning this as I go. But if it's anything else like every other game I've played that Chris has run, I've enjoyed the others so far. And I haven't had a good comical superhero, less serious game in a while. My character his name is Paul Baxter. He goes by the name Dynamo. Dynamo is a former military veteran who quite, I won't say eagerly, but quite loyally, let's say, volunteered for a super secret military project that involved horrible experimentations on him that gave him powers that involve energy manipulation. And early on, he had trouble controlling those powers, and that led to the rather tragic death of his family, which led Paul into a severe spiral of alcohol, denial, anger issues. He fights a lot. He's got a big mouth. He can usually back it up. I picture Paul in some ways a mix of Rorschach and Deadpool. So, you know, but his powers are basically energy. He can unleash cosmic power. Like he's basically a living battery, and it's taken him forever to learn how to control not just going off. The original concept for this, when I thought it up, was a old Spider-Man villain called Nitro. Before I've tweaked it a little bit. He is late 40s. I've made him older than my original thought. Sort of salt and pepper hair, usually has a few days of stubble on his face. But average height, lean but muscular, like suggesting that besides bar fighting and drinking, he still does go to the gym, both as stay in shape and as an outlet to deal with his anger issues because he doesn't really have the patience to sit in a psychiatrist's office and listen to why do you think like that? And he has his preconceived notions on that kind of thing. So that's him in a nutshell. And I'll pass it off to Yorick.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hopefully my connection stays stable and you can hear me all right.
We can.
Okay, good. I was having doubts. Uh, I am from the province of Quebec. I am currently very far away from home, which will happen from time to time. I also have been playing for as far as I can remember. Started with D&D second edition, and I've tried everything I could get my hands on. And this play groups have helped me try a lot of new games, which I appreciate. Uh, I will be playing Ephraim, uh, which is the Golem of 57th Street. He has been created in 44, 5, numbers are hard in English. 457 in Constantinople as a golem, has lived a storied life, has been deactivated and reactivated through time, been forgotten for a long while, used as a theater props in Rook City after being traded and smuggled and uh, being a side part of a hustle, and reactivated a few years ago by one of our dearest friends. And has now been trying to live a comfortable and normal life in Rook City, which has been troublesome and has forced him to show up and defend his piece of the city. He runs a dry cleaner business, uh, and try to be as low profile as possible, trying to understand what it is to be alive and his place in the world. But has been called to action many times and against his better judgment has answered the call.
At least one of us is making a living.
I mean, it's not glamorous, but it's a living. I think that's a good setup for me. So I'll pass it to Trevor.
All right. My name's Trevor. I'm Tony's brother. I got into Dungeons and Dragons at Christmas of 1983 when I was 13. When we got the red and blue box sets with the Keep on the Borderlands and the Isle of Dread for Christmas, and we loved it. When I was 16, I spent the summer working out of town, and when I came back, I used the money to buy the DC Heroes game, which I loved and Tony loved. And after I left for college, Tony apparently spread it to everybody in town.
Yes.
We played so much these heroes.
We played so much. I think every weekend.
So yeah, I got in early. Dungeons and Dragons Basic Expert First Edition. When I went to college, I kind of stopped playing. Play occasionally when I got back home during the summers with or on weekends with Tony and his crew. But eventually, I just stopped and moved to Toronto until 2016 when I moved back home. And Tony and the crew got me back into gaming again. So I've been gaming for about 10 years now. Still feel like the new guy in the team, though, because I went from first edition to fifth edition with Dungeons and Dragons. This is my second campaign with Sentinels. I love this game. The favorite character I've ever had my entire life was in the previous game, so I'm really looking forward to this one. My character is a Canadian of Mexican descent named Angel Dominguez. He is very family-oriented and very religious, very Christian. He was also in the military. He served in the Canadian Armed Forces in a covert kind of escort mission for the Canadian government. They were investigating some ancient ruins where guerrillas were in some fictional South American country that I will make up and do plenty of details on later, where he got, the crew got ambushed. He was the only survivor. He was badly wounded. He crawled inside a cave, which turned out to be old ruins. There was pottery inside. He's basically bleeding out. He knocked over one of the pottery. There was some weird dust in the pottery that mingled with his blood. And because of his Hispanic heritage, from his ancestors were actually used to live in that part of the world, it reacted to him. It put him into a deep coma. When he was rescued, he was in a coma for months. He was honorably discharged. There was nothing about how he was wounded or anything like that, because it was secret. He shouldn't have been there in the first place. The Canadian government shouldn't have been there in the first place. When he came out of his coma, he was perfectly healed, and he found that he occasionally turns into a weird, kind of a weird werebat type situation. His hero name is Camazotz. Chris came up with that based on, what was that based on? Like a Aztec?
Yeah, he's like an Aztec or Mayan, like bat god of death.
There you go. Which does not work well with his Christianity, so he's going to have to work through that.
I have some plans. I've been reading some Moon Knight comics.
Nice. Yeah, I kind of see it as like it's a cross between Man-Bat and Moon Knight.
That's a great combination, really.
I know it works. It's going to work great. His qualities, he's a good talker. He's a military veteran. He's generally pretty athletic, acrobatic. His powers are vitality, flight, size changing, animal control, bats, and agility. So he's really fast, can fly, and can size change. I imagine I'm going to use the size changes as only turning into bats, but we'll see how that goes. And that's where I'm at right now. He's when he changes into his wear form, his clothes change too, and he ends up wearing like a very Mayan Aztec almost armor, along with his giant black bat wings and fur and ears and that sort of thing. It's a pretty cool design. Anyway, that's me. I don't think there's anybody else to pass it to. I'll pass it to Chris.
Just me, I guess. Yeah, my name's Chris. I've been gaming forever, since 1981. Majored in gaming at university in a sort of way. Gaming clubs at university are, yeah. And I've been gaming pretty much constantly since 81. If you've seen any of our other games, I'm usually the game master. Sometimes Anita runs something. Sometimes Tony runs the thing. But I think for our streaming stuff, I Anita did Lord of the Rings, the One Ring.
Yeah, briefly.
So we just finished a massive Forbidden Lands campaign with these players. 122,
I think it was.
122 sessions, which is a lot for Forbidden Lands. So we're kicking around ideas for a palate cleanser, and all of us love a variety of games. But Mark had mentioned he really wanted to play Super's game, and it's like, have we got the game for you? The rest of us have all played Sentinels before. Tony ran a long-running game. I've run a couple of one-shots with it. So it's interesting to dive back in. But as we pick up in Rook City, like I said, for this particular session, it's going to be fairly simple. We're just going to kind of go through some things. Like Tony mentioned, a couple of scenes in, you guys all like riding a bike. But in Rook City, the big kind of pervasive threat in Rook City is a group called the Organization, run by the chairman. They are the mafia. They are the organized crime. Nobody knows who exactly the chairman is. The chairman does not directly interact with anything or anyone other than his operative. She is quite well known in the underworld circles. Anita, with your criminal underworld lore, you would have, like, not only do you know about the chairman and the organization, that's pretty common knowledge to any vigilante, but you would immediately be able to go like, that's the operative.
Okay.
You have seen her in action. She is a force to be reckoned with. She is the kind of the Sentinel universe version of Elektra. So much like Die Hard, no real powers, highly skilled combatant.
Die Hard got hospitalized by her once in the backstory questions.
Yep. So that's kind of like a big kind of pervasive threat. Almost everything ties back to the organization. All the drugs, all the prostitution, all of the human trafficking, and like everything bad in Rook City pretty much has ties to the organization. That doesn't mean that the different crime families don't squabble amongst themselves, which is something that vigilantes may be able to take advantage of. But there is one absolute ruler of the underworld in Rook City. People who cross him end up dismembered and disappeared. So with that, you guys have been collectively, actually, good question. Collectively or individually, assuming you guys are tracking down some basically street scum, human traffickers. Would you guys be doing this collectively or in small groups, or... I know some of you have ties to one another, but I don't think the entire group does.
I would feel a bit safer going with Ephraim and possibly with Timothy as well. Just because, I don't fancy being mugged. That doesn't sound like fun.
Angel is basically living off a military pension, but he also has that great desire to serve, so he would actively be out there doing his best in the community. So, and he's not above using his abilities in vigilante, even if he didn't have powers.
And Die Hard doesn't actively hunt crime. He's more of the guy that when he sees it, he's like, oh, fuck, okay. I gotta go deal with this now. But if he happened across it while the group was there, he'd be like, oh, okay, guys, what are we doing? Because I think we all know each other somewhat from the questions.
Yeah, I think there's enough cross ties that everybody is, at the very least, aware of one another.
Yeah, we've all met, I think, at least one. Actually, have I met Trevor's character?
I don't know. That would be in the questions there.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
didn't really do those yet, so I'm
Yeah.
behind.
Okay.
Yeah,
Life's been crazy.
yeah. I mean,
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
But I would say yes,
Dynamo.
I will answer those questions. So yes, I will know you somehow.
Cool.
And I think I did answer one for. It was a myth one. I think it's a Yorick. So I'm connected to Yorick in a way.
Yeah. So
Yep.
yes. So yes. So you know Ephraim. Ephraim is like pals with Solstice. Solstice is pals with Timothy. Um, Angel is like drinking buddies with Dynamo. So yeah, there's a little bit of a web here. So when the word comes out, that's like there's these assholes that need to be dealt with. You know, you kind of go down. And you're like, okay, who's my call buddy? Yeah, and they told two friends, and so on and so forth.
Most surprisingly, it's mostly being called by someone. Like, okay, somebody in is a little piece of the city has disappeared, and her mom is gonna come to him and ask him to find her, or somebody in the group, like, okay, I need help with that. It's he doesn't find it, but there's always somebody to tell him he needs to go somewhere.
Well, there's a kind of like a good question, because I really like the idea from Daggerheart about like asking questions of the players. Where Ephraim does have shapeshifting, does he maintain like a human looking facsimile, or is he like all Gollum all the time?
Um, he he try he tries to pass, but his usual face, if you know what you're looking for, you're gonna notice. Like, he's big, bald. He doesn't look like made of clay, but if you know what you're looking for, his basic shapeshifting that he tried to use is pretty golem like.
Like AI
Like
art.
like it's a filter.
Perfect. All right.
Because his shapeshifting is basically remolding himself.
Oh, like Clayface?
Yeah, a bit.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to the Clayface movie. That should be epic. All right. So yeah. So you guys have been doing some groundwork to kind of like get a handle on these on this human trafficking ring. Human trafficking in Rook City can have, kind of a more comic booky slant to it. Rook City has a lot of very lax safety regulations, and there's an astonishing amount of people that accidentally fall into vats or get experimented on. It is there are no OSHA regulations in Rook City. So aside from the normal nastiness of human trafficking, there's the very real possibility that people are being taken to be experimented upon. That kind of puts things in a, innocent people to rescue, but it also means that, the city's just going to grind them up and chew them out and turn them into something evil. So you do track them down. They're not hard to track down, especially not with Solstice's abilities. Actually, Solstice, how would you track down these folks?
Well, I know the kind of people they're after. I have a decent idea of what they do. So I'm relying a lot on my gut instinct to look for them. I would be using probably my remote viewing and intuition. And if I'm walking around, then awareness.
So mechanically you can only use one of those?
Yes. I would say that she would probably start with intuition.
Okay.
To kind of narrow things down.
And just so we can get it out of the way, and so folks can see how the dice rolling works. So click intuition for your powers.
Okay.
What quality would you be using?
Criminal underworld lore.
Okay, perfect. And then your status is green, and then just roll the clicky clack dice. Perfect.
Cool. Mid dice 5.
So if this were an overcome, it's not. I just wanted to, as a reminder for how the dice work, this would be a success with a minor twist. You need to get an 8 or better for a clean success. So it would be something like, as you're nosing around, people get word that you're nosing around. That might come back to bite you later on, sort of deal.
Yeah, someone who recognizes me notices me before I see them.
Yeah. But with your intuition, you do locate where these folks are. They seem to be hanging out in basically before they kind of go their separate ways, looking for targets. They kind of like meet up to like, okay, you take 4th Avenue and you take 10th, and basically kind of cruising the areas where the prostitutes and stuff kind of congregate. So they're just kind of like divvying up the hunting grounds, as it were. But they've all kind of met in a parking garage.
Mm-hmm.
And looks like there's probably about 5 or 6 of them. They're getting ready to, go their ways. But they are currently all together.
I love that art. That's great.
That's the actual art from the book.
It's very good.
For the card game. The card game especially has great art. I think Adam is the artist, and he does all the like a bunch of things in different styles from like throughout the various eras of comics. It's really, really great comic book art. He didn't do all the art in the core book, but it all has that comic booky look to it, which is great. But yes, as you guys kind of get into position, you know that they're in this in this parking garage. You've only got a limited amount of time before they basically scatter.
And we're all here?
And yes, everybody has kind of met up. Not quite you meet in a tavern, but you meet outside a parking garage. Be like, wait, I know you. What are you doing here?
If I have everyone's number, I could just call them.
Put it in the group chat. Post it to Signal.
Oh, it's a signal.
Not Signal.
Oh, the signal.
Can't possibly use that. This isn't classified military operations. We'd have to include a journalist.
They got caught again doing that again. You know that, right?
The signal's a giant man bat. What?
Should have at some point pointed out that we're all Canadian.
We should, yes. We are all Canadian.
No, the signal should be a giant middle finger.
Oh, dear God.
But yes, so these this like half dozen or so kind of rough looking individuals hanging out in the park garage.
Do folks want to split up and everybody take a van and follow them? How do we want to do this?
So there's
And
a half a
she
dozen
will-
vans or a half a dozen people?
There's a half a dozen people.
Oh, okay.
She will be looking at Timothy when she says that, since he was raised here.
I would probably get the bulletproof guy to run in there and smack some heads. He points to Ephraim. I'll sneak along the back way so they can't get out.
I'm usually not very subtle, but yeah.
Alright, don't think we're really looking for subtle.
I would be in human
I'm
form.
just gonna go ask those gentlemen to please stop their ending.
Oh, that's not gonna go well.
Sorry, can I get
Oh, I
everybody's
know.
character names again?
Sure. Solstice.
Diehard.
Camazotz.
Can you spell that?
CAMAZOTZ. Told you we were Canadian.
CAMATOCZ.
ZOTZ.
Z-O-T-Z.
Z.
Chemazotz. Just the way it's spelled out. Just the way it sounds, actually.
Sure.
Just the way it sounds.
Somehow I've written that name very many times, so I know how to write
I need to get into your line of work.
it.
Take me on as an apprentice.
And I'm the golem of 57th Street, known as Ephraim.
Ephraim?
Yep.
The Golem of 57th Street?
Mm-hmm.
That is such a great name. I love that.
It really is. Yeah, I love it too.
Cool.
I can see that being like the title of like his like standalone single issue or something.
Yep.
His
That
autobiography.
was definitely
no idea,
issue
man.
one.
Perfect. All right.
He didn't choose a name, it's just the nickname he got.
Yeah, that makes it better.
And
So,
sorry, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
I was going to say, and Tony, just to be clear, you're not German. It's not D hard, is it? Like the Sideshow Bob tattoo?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know why I thought of that as soon as I saw your name, but I did.
Alrighty, so things will start off with you guys, so you can decide who's going first and what you're doing.
I'm gonna walk in and try to convince them to stop their evil way, because I won't punch them unless they're being aggressive, and I guess that's a good way to encourage them to be aggressive.
All right, so you can give me, we will call that an overcome.
I don't. If there's no power implicated in something,
Then it's a D4.
okay.
That's why powers like presence are great. Ooh, mid die is a 3.
It's the D4.
Yeah. So good news is you can have this succeed with a major twist.
I mean, I didn't exactly expect this to succeed.
or you can let it fail.
I'm gonna let it fail.
Just so folks are aware, major twists are bad. Major twists can last like multiple issues. This is like, Superman has been hit by the red kryptonite and now Bizarro is running around level of bad.
I'll let it go.
My
I
sacrifice something
had a
important.
major twist in the last campaign, and we ended up with Loki forever.
Yeah. You could lose access to abilities or powers. Like it's just bad. You walk up and tell them to stop it. They just look at you and go like, what the fuck?
It's a valid reaction.
And who would you like to pass it to?
I'll start with Violent A, Mr. Wonderful.
One sec here. Right. One second. There we go. All right. Sorry, who were you passing it to?
I heard.
I
Mr.
was passing to villain A, Mr. What the fuck.
Okay. All right. So a bunch of mooks. Like they're like, what the fuck? And they close in on Ephraim. And then kind of like looking menacingly. One of them takes a swing at him, kind of like glances off. I mean, you've got the principle of invulnerability, so like basically non-powered stuff doesn't really affect you. Small arms fire, punches from goons, not really a threat to you. But once they're like start to throw down, they're like, what the hell? They're gonna back up a little bit, and then you see one of the goons, kind of cricks his neck a little bit, kind of smiles at you, and then like green flame runs up his arms, burning off his sleeves.
Oh shit!
It's not my fault you didn't make superpowers.
Not
Okay,
good.
it starts burning his clothes.
Like this flame runs up his arms, like kind of starts from his hands, runs up like the Human Torch if it was only his arms, and the flame is green. It smells kind of noxious. Most of you, it's a question: who has been established as a vigilante for a while? Who would like pay attention to like, oh shit, that's a villain, that guy works for that guy? Who would pay attention to that sort of thing?
Not because I'm a vigilante, but I might recognize him depending on who he's been around.
I was going to say from hanging out in dive bars and maybe picking up from word on the street, I'd know who that is. Maybe.
Sure.
I'm from here, but I'm not normally a vigilante. I am right now in human form, and I'm wearing a hoodie and a handkerchief cover my face, so nobody knows my identity.
Perfect. All right. So Solstice and Dynamo, you guys recognize him. His name is fittingly Firearm.
That's original.
He is not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he does like to burn things. He is just like it says on the tin. He used to be a really minor villain named Char, but some sort of illicit experiments happened to give him slightly more control over his powers. But he is known to be violently unstable.
He's like my long lost brother. Only a little more violent.
Right. But I will, from the minions, I will pass the initiative to Firearm. Why did that not roll any dice?
So is
There we go.
activating his arms his action or no?
No, that's basically introducing him to the scene. But he is going to like the fire kind of like lashes out, not like a beam, but more like a whip, like an extension of his arm, and it slashes across Ephraim for 8 points of damage.
Shit.
That's not good.
Right. But with that, I will pass that to. Let's pass that to Die Hard.
Well, Die Hard can't let his friends get hurt because that's the crazy bastard that he is. So he's going to run in against Mr. Firearm. What am I going to do to this guy? At least only his arms are on fire. So I would rather take care of those minions, but we'll close with this guy. And I think what I'm going to try to do, just so we explore various mechanics, is I will try to hinder him.
All right.
I will use my agility and my close combat and start using, I'll do an ankle pick and start doing some kind of jujitsu on him.
Okay.
Keep him off balance.
5. That is a -2 penalty to him. That's pretty good.
Keep him busy.
So yeah,
I got
so
this guy, get the rest of them.
perfect. All right, so yeah, so you go up and you like start like kind of drawing his attention, and as those like flame whips kind of like lash out, like one of them like cuts a car in half, one of them like badly scours a pillar,
Oh shit.
and you're like, oh, try
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
yeah, try desperately not to get hit by one.
Sorry, did he hit Ephraim too?
Firearm hit Ephraim. That was his action.
Yeah.
But you will notice he rolled twice and took the best.
I will pass over to Mr. Dynamo because he's got energy powers.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Sorry, is there a garage map, or we just have this city
Nope.
scheme?
It's just it's more of a theater of the mind type of game. So
Okay.
if
I
there's
just wanted to be
something
sure.
if there's something in particular you were looking for, feel free to add it to the scene.
Okay. Let's me look at my character sheet for a second. Okay. I am going to. I'm gonna kind of saunter in, and I'm gonna look. It's a combination of saunter / someone who's trying to be useful despite a massive hangover or maybe still slightly drunk. Walking in, and I'm trying to remember. There was a scene in something, I can't remember, where a guy is still drinking and he's holding up his arm while one finger while everyone's waiting to fight, and he throws it away. That kind of like, hold on. He's like, and then he says to Firearm, he says, "Oh look, it's the dollar store Dynamo again." And then I just unleash like a whole bunch of energy to try to take out as many of the Goombas, focusing on him if possible.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So mechanically, basically, you can attack one minion. You can attack multiples if you want to take a twist as a result, because you
I
don't
want to
have.
focus on Dynamo because I figured if I take out the powerful one, the schmucks might surrender if the rest of them are schmucks.
Perfect.
Okay. So how do I roll with this, Chris?
All right. So are you just attacking, or do you want to use one of your abilities?
Let's see. I think I'm just going to, because energy burst would attack multiples. I'm not.
Yeah, you're not in yellow yet.
No. I could do precise strike if that would help at all.
Yeah, basically you ignore any penalties, you ignore any defend actions. He can't react to it.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So for that particular power, you need to attack with awareness. So click awareness.
Okay.
And then whichever quality, like if you're walking up to hit him, then close combat.
Yeah. Okay. Close combat.
Okay. Perfect. You're in green still, and then just click the little die icon.
Which one? The one that's next to the power, quality, and status below that?
Exactly. Yep.
Roll dice pool. Clicked it. Did it do anything?
I didn't see anything. Oh,
There
there
we
we
go.
go. Oh, mid die is a 1. Right. So perhaps because you're either hungover or drunk, or both.
Or both.
Or both. Yeah, why not both? He does not seem to be affected. Like you kind of hit him, but he largely sidesteps it as he's like focused on Die Hard. He
Yeah.
kind of like almost absently just kind of like snicks out one of his fire whips and kind of like pushes you back a little bit.
See, Solstice, that's my secret. I'm always drunk. Wait.
Help!
And who can you pass it? Who would you like to pass it to?
I will pass it to my man-bat friend,
All right.
Kamazats.
Kamazats will go in, and as he goes in, he starts growling with his human voice and gradually transforms into his bat form, which his clothing changes to the armor. He turns into this. I mean, you can see the icon. He turns into that.
Yeah.
And he's trying to be as intimidating as possible. And I think we're still in green, right?
Yep.
I guess I'll do hit and run.
All right. So you need to use vitality for the power.
Right.
And then whatever quality you think is applicable.
Let's say military veteran on this one.
Okay. Status is
Roll.
green, and then roll. Yep.
Which dice?
Just the dice symbol at the end of that little lineup.
Dice symbol at the end of the little lineup.
Yeah, you see where it says
What you tell-
right above bonus penalty, where it says power, quality, status. There's the little die symbol.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Yep.
Sorry.
Perfect. All right. So what does
Dice
the?
is 5.
Yep. So you attack. So you do 5, and then you defend against all attacks using your minimum. So you defend 1 against everything until your next turn. So what sort of hit and run attack does this look like? Oh, he made it. Sweet.
Imagine a dropkick if a guy could fly.
So you take
I'm
a
in the air.
yeah. So kind of like bounce off of him, like as the wings like finish sprouting out, and then take to the air.
Yeah, and still growling, roaring by the time I'm finished, and charging at him into the air, feet first attack. And yeah, I'll just take out a minion and think.
Okay. Well, you attacked him, so
Okay, we'll do him.
yeah. So he's still in it. You can pass to Solstice. I think she's the only one that hasn't gone.
I thought I started this mess.
Nope. Ephraim did. He walked up and said, "Hey guys, you should reconsider your life choices."
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And they did not.
They did
They
not.
did not.
They did not.
So we're in a parking garage, and there are vehicles around.
There are, if you say there are.
Okay. They're standing. They were kind of standing in front of around the front of a van. One of the guys is just sitting inside, waiting for them to finish making their deal. One of the nameless, faceless villain lackeys.
Okay.
I'm going to try to use telekinesis to push the gas pedal down and ram the van into firearm.
Okay.
So we'll see if I can do that. So that'd be telekinesis and what does that go with?
Well, is your telekinesis psychic or is it magical? Is it a spell? Because like even though your power, your archetype is psychic, your power source is mystic. So.
Okay, it's a magical thing.
Yep.
Okay. We're still in green, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, mid dice is 6. And is Solstice the type of comic book spellcaster that calls out the names of her spells?
No, she is not.
He cites them backwards, like Satanic.
Her eyes roll back a bit, her fists clench, and she starts muttering under her breath.
All right, so you guys just look as out of nowhere, this van just like starts up, puts itself in gear, and then rams into firearm, kind of like knocking him for where he was trying to like shish kebab or flambe or both at the same time. Die Hard knocks him probably like a couple of like a foot or two. Like it wasn't going full tilt, but it did kind of knock him. And as he does, you can see those flames coming out of his arms. They kind of like waver, and just for like a split second before it kind of focuses, they just kind of like start shooting out everywhere, extending and retracting and going up his arm and down his arm. Like he has very little control over these abilities.
Great.
Who would you like to pass to for the next round? You cannot pass it to yourself.
I would like to pass it to you.
Oh, I will take that. All right. First thing I will do is I will click up the scene tracker. And then, there's a bunch of folks here. So some minions are going to go. The minions realize that they don't have any hope of really dealing with that from. They're like, hey, boss, that one's yours. But some of these minions are going to wail on Die Hard.
Oh, God.
Not the face.
2 of them are going to beat on you. For a total of 6 damage.
Ooh.
Okay, so each attack goes down by 1 because we're in green.
Yep. So 4 damage and 0 damage.
Four damages, and I have a reaction.
Okay.
So the one that did 0, I will use counterattack and deal damage. I do 1 point of damage.
To a nearby target equal to the amount reduced. Perfect.
Yeah, so counter punch, hit him in the throat or something.
Okay. Which guy was that? That was... All right. He does go reeling. Mechanically, the mooks are minions, so even if they succeed on their damage save, it still reduces by a die size.
Yeah, so they're going what, D6 to D4?
D6 to D4.
Gotcha. Okay.
But at D4, then there's like they stand their ground and they stay until they're defeated.
And Die Hard, unlike Ephraim, when he gets punched to the face, his lip bleeds
Yep.
and he goes reeling.
Yeah. I pictured like the guy like one guy punches you, the other guy like goes to punch you, and you kind of duck out of the way, maybe perhaps staggering back from the blow, and then like elbow that guy in the face.
Yeah, it's dirty fights, right? Like for
Yeah,
this guy, it's dirty fighting.
very dirty fighting. Dynamo seems to have powers. Two of them are going to punch Dynamo. Oof, for 5 damage and 6 damage.
Okay, so what? I take 11.
You take 11.
Yeah, minions, man, they add up.
Minions add up fast.
Like that's 2 of them attacking is between 2 and 12 damage, right?
Okay, so I'm now yellow.
All right. And then one of them is going to like pick up a chunk of concrete and throw it at Kamataz. It'll be like,
They'll pay for that.
going to hit you for 3. You do defend 1 because of your attack, so you're going to take 2. That is my minions. I think I'm going to pass it to Dynamo. He just got his world rocked by some mooks, so.
Okay. Okay. You motherfuckers, you just made me bleed my own blood. Ugh. All right. I'm going to test some stuff. I want to try this energy burst where I can attack multiple targets.
All right.
It says use your min die against each.
Yeah. So for that, you need to use your cosmic power.
Okay. So I click that.
Yep.
Okay.
And then whichever quality is appropriate.
Probably close combat since they were punching me.
Sure.
Okay, that's already showing as gray here. Do I need to click it again?
Nope.
Okay.
Your status is in yellow, and then you roll the die.
So it automatically factors in the yellow? Okay.
It does, yep.
Okay.
So you use your min die, which is a 4. So the way minions work is minions make a save, basically whatever their minion die size is. If they roll less than a 4, they're taken out. And if they roll a 4 or better, they are reduced down from a d6 to a d4.
Yeah, 1 die size because there could be D12 minions.
Yeah.
These
Okay,
are.
sorry. So do I do something right now at my end? I'm sorry.
No, I need to roll
Or you
here.
Okay, sorry. Just wanted to be sure.
Okay. All right. So that guy goes down a die size. That guy goes down a die size. That guy goes down a die size. All right. All right. So you do rock their world. They've all gone from a D6 to a D4. None of them are taken out, but they are like, what the fuck? Blasts here and there. Since this was close combat and cosmic, what does this look like?
This basically looks like a solar flare, I would imagine, like the sun just shedding energy or whatever like that.
Perfect. So is it like sunlight? Is it like yellow or is it like purple or blue?
I'd say it's sun-like, so probably yellowish.
Perfect. I guess a question that you can determine for Dynamo, is his cosmic power actually sunlight?
Yeah, it could be.
Perfect. So there's this bright flash, and you see like all of these guys are like they're stumbling around. They look badly messed up. Dynamo, you can pass it to whoever you would like.
I will give it to Ephraim.
All right.
Okay. Ephraim was took a bit of a time to react. So after getting flamed on, he's gonna cock his head on the side with a disapproving face and bend down, put his finger through the ground, and pull out. I'm gonna create a minion,
All
and he
right.
pull out a version of himself made of what the ground is made. So in that case, probably asphalt.
Okay.
And they look at each other and nod before turning to the others.
Okay.
Or you made a copy of yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I pulled it out of the ground, so it's me, but his skin is made of asphalt.
Perfect. Create minion uses duplicate or duplication, and
Yeah,
then
I'm gonna use the green power and make a minion with duplication.
okay.
Ooh, nice mid die.
So mid die is a 7.
Wonderful.
All right. So he is a D8 minion, about the size of a house pet, and somewhat detailed.
The tiny version.
It's mini Ephraim.
Perfect. So you should see on your minion sheet there, you've got a little, and you get to decide one action he can do. He can do any of the basic actions, but he can only do one of them.
Can I give him one of the power?
In order to do those, you need to basically expend a bonus that's on you.
Okay. So he's gonna be attack.
He's going to be attacked. All right, got it. And then he goes at the start of your
So I
turn.
need to boost myself before using it if I want to give them things.
Yes, and then the level of the bonus that you use up determines how powerful it is.
Okay, that's
Or if somebody else boosts you, you can use that too. It doesn't have to be you that boosts yourself.
okay.
Once people are aware of what Ephraim can do, then you guys can start synergizing. But yeah, you guys see he pulls up this little version of Ephraim that's probably about the size of a good sized dog. Otherwise, looks almost identical to him.
A mini me.
A mini me.
Mini, yeah.
And who would you like to pass to, Ephraim?
I'm gonna pass to I'm still having a problem with names. Cassandra.
Okay. Solstice, you're up.
I mean, that seems appropriate that he think of her as Cassandra. It's probably how he knows her, for sure. Okay, to use one of my yellow abilities, I don't need a hero point or anything like that, right?
No, you just need to be in yellow.
Okay, I need to be in yellow, or the scene needs to be yellow?
Either.
Oh, excellent. I would like to use my telekinetic assault.
Okay.
I'm going to attack using telekinesis. I'm going to attack one target to use my max die.
Oof. All right.
And that would be attacking firearm. So telekinesis, again, it's using magical lore. We are now in the yellow. So her hands kind of clench into a different position. It looks really uncomfortable. And her eyes roll back again, and she starts muttering under her breath.
Ooh.
And 10 happens.
10. He cannot make that save. There's no way he can succeed. So what does this look like with your telekinetic assault? Like, aside from what it does to you, like, is it like one big thing that slams into it, or is it like all the shit and debris that's kicking around this garage?
I think how they have like the little height signs
Yep.
to warn you about how high your vehicle can be. Since we've had like 2 transport trucks stuck under the walking bridge in 3 weeks. Yeah, one of those is going to come flying from the entrance to the parking garage and just clock him right from the shoulders up. I mean, they're kind of big signs.
All right. So yeah, do you yell duck to anybody, or do you just let it happen?
She'll say duck, but she's kind of concentrating elsewhere.
Diehard ducks. What the fuck?
So whether anybody listens to her, I don't know. I mean, I named her Cassandra for a reason.
Yeah. So I imagine, and if it was like the animated series, you'd see like the sign start to shake and wiggle, and then there'd be like the sprawling sound as one like bracket lets go, and then the next bracket, and they don't like let go at the same time, I don't think, and then that way it puts a spin on it as it comes like a helicopter blade.
Sure.
And
sounds really uncomfortable.
Yeah. And it hits him, and it basically knocks him on his ass. The flame kind of sputters and goes out momentarily before he kind of like gets himself to the feet. Blood is like pouring out of him. He is very, very badly injured. Who would you like to pass it to?
Who hasn't gone yet?
Firearm hasn't gone, Diehard hasn't gone, and Kamazatz hasn't gone.
I thought I passed to you right at the beginning.
You did. My minions went.
Oh.
Minions went and fucked up some people.
Okay, I'll pass to Firearm.
Oh, okay. He gets to his feet, and he sees Solstice down there, and he kind of concentrates. And he seems like he's just like he's seething, like, and Diehard, you can feel this heat just like roiling off of him as the flames like go up his arm and then kind of like across his chest, and he does like kind of erupt into like full on Human Torch as he fires off like, it's not so much like a beam of light, it's more like or not a beam of fire, it's more like a wall of fire, like it travels along the ground, basically down the ground, basically sundering the parking garage. Everybody kind of like stumbles to left and right as this like huge burnt gash appears, not enough to like collapse it, but enough to make it unstable. But that's only going to be 3 points of damage to Solstice. As the fire kind of like, it burns out a lot of its energy traveling to her. You get the feeling this is not his primary thing. Either that or he's heavily concussed from that sign hitting him.
I mean, either one is good.
And he may as well pass it to... Let's pass it to Diehard. Diehard's been up here dancing with this guy.
Diehard's been ducking signs and explosions and fireballs rolling around the ground.
Sorry. I did say dog.
Poor guy. But we should try something just to play with mechanics. I have the principle of the powerless.
All right.
And I understand how to get things done without powers and exploit flaws. This guy does fire, and he just cracked a bunch of the structure that we're in. So I am going to attempt to kind of I can't kick him. Oh, I have my improvised weapon, don't I?
Well, yes, you do. There's all kinds of crap.
So my
around here.
signature weapon is basically improvised weapon, right? So
Yep.
There's a conveniently large sign right there.
and there's lots of rubble, right?
Yep.
So what I want to do is I want to grab like a rock or a piece of this fallen concrete or a piece of rebar or something, and whip it into the ceiling above him, and try to use an overcome to put out his fire.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, just try to bury him in sand. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And since I have principle of the powerless, my overcome actions can use my max die, and everybody gets hero point.
Yep.
So I will use signature weapon and range combat.
Oof. Max
good
die.
thing.
Max die is a 4.
That's a minor twist,
That is a minor twist.
right? So minor twist for principle of powerless is what temporary injury did you just suffer?
That sounds on brand.
So apparently I'm a bit too close to this ceiling collapsing. Maybe break an ankle or something.
Yeah.
Sprain an ankle. Like, it's not.
Yeah, it's a temporary injury, so the sprain works. Perfect. All right, so yeah, so you grab the rebar, you shove it up. I mean, it's a parking garage. It's safe to assume that there are probably like fire suppression systems because it's Rook City and vehicles tend to burn and explode.
That's a much better idea.
So, and you can just hit it just right and it sprays, but the force of the spray kind of like knocks you back a little bit and you feel your ankle roll. But his fire goes out. He's not happy about that at all. And you can see he's trying trying to get it. It's like the flint on the lighter just won't. Like there doesn't seem to be anything left there. Excellent use of an overcome. Everybody does get a hero point. You can mark that on the front of your character sheet.
And we'll pass to Kawasats.
All right.
Get him.
All right. So seen in yellow.
Yes, it is.
Are all my enemies close?
I would say so. I mean, it's been kind of like a melee type scrum, so they're all fairly close to one another. Yes.
All right. I'm going to use my agility. Attack all close by enemy targets, rolling my single agility die. Reflexive burst.
Oh, nice.
That's a D10. Quality will be acrobatics on this one. Would that be okay?
For this, this is technically a reaction when your own personal zone changes.
Oh, okay.
But you could use rundown.
Yeah, let's do that. That's fly.
Yeah, that uses flight.
That's D12. That's even better. And acrobatics.
Sure. It does use the min die for each, but a 3,
Okay.
and they're only D4s.
Yeah, well, let's do it. They've taken damage, I think, haven't they?
They're all badly fucked up. Oh, one guy remains. And it's all target. All right. So what does this rundown look at as you drop 1, 2, 3, 4 minions and firearm?
Nice. It's very, very fast. It's like imagine the Tasmanian devil if he could fly. It's spinning, it's clawing, it's it's biting. It's a massive, brutal, animalistic attack. It's like this guy is a werebat, an animal.
Perfect. I don't know. I don't know if you watch Peacemaker at all. If not, I recommend it. It's very vulgar but very good. But in season two,
Yeah, I like it.
there's a. Have you seen season 2?
I didn't know there has been a
I'm caught
season
up.
2
I'm
yet.
caught up. I haven't watched. I think the new episodes today, but I haven't watched
Perfect.
that new one yet.
So yeah, so like the fight scene with Eagly and the Argus agents.
Yep, perfect. Exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah, just like this wild animal, this like man-sized wild animal, just bouncing back and forth and flapping and screaming and Die Hard. You're like, what the fuck? Oh God, my ankle.
Jesus Christ.
God, my ankle.
Yeah. And Kamazats, who would you like to turn it to? You can. It's the start of a new round, so anybody other than yourself.
Let's give the bad guy a shot.
Okay. The bad guy.
There's still a bad guy?
There's one bad guy left.
Oh, okay.
I think he is probably going to run. There's like a giant werebat thing. There's like somebody with the harness of the sun. There's a guy that he can't possibly hurt. Maybe as he runs by, he's gonna like just like soccer kick Die Hard in the face as he runs.
Ow!
Bastard.
Oh,
We all
For 1 whole point of damage.
All right. Well, I could block that because I could block 2 in yellow.
Well, he hit for 3, and then your 2 brings it down to a 1.
Okay, so down to 1. And then I'll react to strike. He will take equal damage, so he'll take the 3.
So he'll take 3. Oh, that takes him down. So what does this look like as he soccer kicks you in the face?
I imagine he takes the hit because that's what he does, and then he'll just go with the momentum and leg sweep him and smash his head to the ground.
You leg sweep, you're like, oh fuck, that was my bad leg. You know, the villain kind of like falls on your twisted ankle.
like in wrestling when you work on a weakened body part. Damn it.
He's a hard luck hero.
Yeah. But with that, I mean, you guys kind of look around. I mean, there's this huge gash in the floor. There's like, water spraying out of the fire suppression system. There's still a van with its engine going that's kind of like pushed up against like one of the pillars. And a bunch of like these kind of like knocked out people.
Medic. Pulls out some bandages that he carries with him just because he knows he's going to need it. Start bracing the ankle.
You just carry a first aid kit everywhere you go.
Pretty much.
But let's look around. I mean, despite being vigilantes, I mean, you guys are still heroes. So like these guys are gonna get carted off to jail. You do know there is like at least one good cop that you know of.
And they won't stay in jail. They'll just go to jail.
Yeah, they won't stay in jail.
They'll get bailed out quick.
Yeah.
But they'll remember.
But yes, there is.
That guy's not going to remember anything.
Yeah, there is Detective Singh. Detective Singh, basically, she doesn't overtly approve of vigilantism, but she's been known to like turn a blind eye. Like, she's not going to put like these people came in as a result of like extrajudicial people. She'll basically say like my partner and I stumbled across this. Like she'll do all the paperwork to kind of hide vigilante involvement on the off chance that she can get something to stick.
Good.
But she'll turn a blind eye.
Yeah. She's as long as you guys don't go on a murder spree, she doesn't really care what you do. She's like, bad guys are put away. Good job.
Bad guys got the shit kicked out of them. Aw, such a pity.
What a shame.
Tiny violin.
But anybody with criminal lore, criminal underworld, or
Yes.
which would be Solstice, and I think just Solstice. You know that this guy, Firearm's not a boss. Like, these guys referred to him as boss. They specifically said, "Hey, boss." He's not smart enough to run a crew like this.
Right. Do I know who he works for? Usually.
He's kind of like a hired gun. You might be able to track down who he's currently hired by. But yeah, he's the sort of guy, like, he really, he just likes to burn shit. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he was before his arms started doing weird shit. Wasn't he just like arson
yeah,
mostly?
yeah. He, arson, property crimes, basically. Like,
Guy you don't leave alone with a lighter or a pack of matches.
right.
I'll get my tools.
For
What? No,
What?
no, we don't need tools.
what?
Oh, that was a Moriarty reference. Never mind.
uh, is he unconscious right now?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm going to sit on his chest and start going through his pockets
Okay.
and try to find his phone or anything really that might be useful.
You do. He does have a phone. I'm going to resist here to say he has a burner phone.
Ah,
You did not
Right.
resist that urge.
But yeah,
Anyway.
and I mean, his clothing are not immune to his powers, but thankfully, Die Hard put him out fairly quickly when he went full on, like full flame on. So, like,
Right.
it's like a little singed, and the case kind of cracks when you open it because it is a flip phone.
Oof. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I wouldn't trust him with anything expensive either.
But yeah, I mean, it's still operational.
Well, while we're waiting for the cop to show up,
And I guess that's an important question for you guys, for whoever. Do you call the cops, or do you just like leave and then send like an anonymous tip to like an email address? Like, how do you let Detective Singh in on it?
I'm going to call her from his phone.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm going to check and see if he's got a wallet. I'm going to take any cash that he has. And if he does have a wallet, I'm taking that too.
Okay.
Because it's always harder to get out of jail if you don't have your ID with you. So I'll take that. Yeah, I'll look through the phone and see who he has for contacts and copy those over.
Okay.
And then I will call Detective Singh,
Okay.
whatever her name was.
Detective Singh.
Excellent.
Detective Laura Singh. I even give her a first name.
Look at you, first and last name.
Yeah.
Show off.
oof. That's crazy talk.
I'll have a last name when I feel like it.
I mean, in true comic book, I think Cassandra needs a last name that starts with a C.
No.
How is he going to be a comic book character? All right. But yeah, so Detective Singh's like, okay, yeah, we'll get on that. Not a problem at all. Yeah, that explains some of the reports we got. Like somebody reported an explosion at a parking garage.
That's overstating it a bit.
I'm just telling you what was reported.
It was a gas main.
Isn't it gas main?
Does Dynamo say that out loud?
Yes, he probably would.
Perfect.
I probably got it on speaker.
On speaker.
If it was a gas main, we'd all be dead.
It's detectors
No,
like
not all of us.
gas
Okay,
leak.
not all of us.
Gas leak.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah, gas leak.
we'll get some
The-
people
there's
there.
a-
We'll cordon the area.
There's a van here that obviously hit the height sign. So, yeah, and maybe a person.
Okay. We'll call the EMTs too.
They'll be fine.
All right. Well, I'll pass on the gas leak. Emergency services will be there shortly.
Great. We're just gonna go.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And I'll hang up. And yeah, I don't trust having his phone with me. I will break it though.
Okay. So that I think will take us into a montage scene. Basically, some of you are injured. I think everybody took at least a little bit of damage.
Okay.
So if anybody would like to recover, they certainly can. If you want, you can also basically spend some time like trying to track down. You're going to be able to track down leads, but if you want to try to prepare yourself for the next scene, you can do that instead of healing.
I personally would like to heal.
Okay.
Oh yes, healing, 100%.
Yeah, I'll be doing the healing as well.
Okay.
I won't, because I'm a rebel.
It's myself.
Oh,
With your 3 whole points of damage that you took.
Yep.
So everybody who is choosing to recover, you will recover up to the maximum for the next zone up. So if you are in yellow, you will heal up to the top of green.
so if my green says 32 to 25, I heal up to 25?
Up to 32.
Up to 32, okay.
Yeah, up to the top of the next zone up.
Oh, okay.
And what does healing look for the various people?
Well, since I only took 2 points of damage, it doesn't look like much. I just probably transform back into my human self, and it heals along the way.
Okay,
Vitality.
perfect.
I mean, Die Hard has vitality as well, but his healing is ice bath, right? Bandages, Tylenol.
Chew the Tylenol, wash it down with some whiskey.
No stitches this time. That went well, really. So
Yeah. Oh, the ankle's only twisted, not broke. That's a good thing.
this is good. I'll be running tomorrow.
How does Dynamo heal?
I think Dynamo actually believes in the healing magic of alcohol. So I imagine that he basically believes alcohol triggers a Wolverine type regeneration thing. So he'll just take a good long swig like Archer would. It was Archer I was thinking of, who drinks a thing with his finger up, and then he'll do that, and his wounds will start to heal as he like cracks his neck a bit, and he like, cracks some knuckles, cracks his neck and all, and suddenly the healing starts. And he's like, oh.
So you have alcohol for the outside wounds and alcohol for the inside wounds.
Well,
Great.
maybe. Well, alcohol cures everything.
It's the solution.
It is the solution. It is the solution. Yes.
All right. How does Ephraim heal?
Ephraim's goes back to his shop get down to the basement and immerse himself in a pool uh, of muddy water to get some more clay back into him and to smooth himself out of the burn.
So in the comic book or animated series, uh, does the audience get to see like Ephraim's like actual like golem form, or is it just kind of like shadowy for now?
I think we're still in the the shadow part of the comic, but the the shadow shows that something is different while you're doing it.
Perfect. All right. And what would Solstice like to do during this montage scene?
I'm going through the list of contacts that I stole from Firearm and basically copying all of the numbers over into a little book.
Okay.
Numbers, names, all that stuff.
Right. So we'll say basically during a montage scene, just so you get some mechanical benefit out of it. If you're not recovering, you can basically boost yourself for the next scene.
Sure.
So why don't we call this?
Wouldn't that be? Never mind. My brain is turned off. I don't remember what it was called. But I know it was called something.
Not sure what you're looking for, so I don't know. It is a boost action. I know that. It's not an overcome. If that's what you're thinking of.
Nope. It was just basically a prepping for the next encounter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is a boost action.
And you typically name boost, right? So it'd be like underworld contacts or
Yeah, updating my little black book.
that'd be a good name for a boost, actually. Little Black Book.
Yeah. So you can decide what you would like to roll for your boost action.
Well, definitely criminal underworld lore. And I'm going to say awareness covers what again? Just what you can immediately sense around
Awareness is like Daredevil senses or like Wolverine senses or.
you. Okay. Remote viewing.
Okay.
Because and do I change the scene status to green
I'm trying to see.
or leave it at yellow?
It is green. There we go. Got it. I mean, for you it doesn't matter, but
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm basically going to, as I'm copying over these numbers, I'm going to sort of focus on them and see if I can get any kind of insight into what is going on,
okay.
wherever that number is right now.
Okay. 3.
Not with that roll, though.
That'll give you a +1.
Okay.
So what you're going to do on your power sheet, on your power tab?
Yep, just put it under bonus.
Yep. So basically, type in like then what you're going to call it.
Okay.
So like if you're going to call it like Little Black Book.
Sure. I figure that's how she's kind of keeping track of. Oh, there we go. That's how it's done.
Yeah. You got it?
I think so. I'm just.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. It didn't seem to do anything. Either way that I did it. Yeah, I don't know. I tried. I put it in where it says add new. I put little black book.
And then hit
I
the
clicked.
+1.
I did. Oh, it appeared this time.
There you go.
Yeah, you have to do it twice for some reason.
Okay. Perfect. So you do get to decide when that is used.
Cool.
So obviously you can't use it to attack somebody.
Yeah.
But you do get to decide when it's used. And then kind of the two last things before we close out this session. Everybody did get a hero point from Tony using his principal. So you get to turn that into a hero point reward. You only have the one hero point, so it turns into a +1.
I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly how that worked, but wouldn't there be a point for Principal Indestructible because I charge into action?
It's if you do an overcome, I believe. Let me double check. Most of them are if you do an overcome, but some of them are a little weird.
I think they're all overcomes. But...
Yeah, it's if it's you overcome in a situation where you charge headlong into danger and use your max die.
So do we leave both hero points and hero point rewards +1 filled in, or do we just remove the hero points one?
So you fill in the +1 bonus, but remove the hero point.
Okay.
+1 bonus.
Yeah. And then the last thing is naming the issue.
That's for back issues?
Yep.
Okay.
If anybody has a thing that they would like to name it.
Sorry, I lost you just after you started answering my question, but it's fine.
Sorry. Yes, you get hero points when you use your principal to do an overcome.
Okay, good.
If you had thought that these mooks were dangerous and you went in to talk to them because you're indestructible, but I don't think anybody thought that they were dangerous.
No,
that's why we sent them first.
Yeah.
I was still overconfident at that point.
Yeah. But if anybody has any suggestions for what this issue should be called.
So the gang's all here, or something along that line.
Sure.
Homecoming.
Homecoming.
Parking.
No parking.
No parking.
No parking. I like no parking. Yeah, come on.
I like no
that's
parking.
great.
I actually like no parking.
14 foot only. 14 foot or less.
Can't believe 2.
Yeah, their average is 3 a year. We had 2 in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
For what?
There's a walking bridge downtown where
Yeah.
trucks aren't supposed to be to begin with.
Oh, okay.
So there's this. It used to be a train bridge, and now it's a walking bridge because New Brunswick ripped all the train tracks.
Okay.
Anyway, every year some trucker doesn't understand that his truck is over 3.5 meters high
Uh-huh.
and thinks he can go under because the warning that he gets way well back of where the street says do not come down here,
Yep.
truck, you won't fit.
Mhm.
They ignore it.
Yeah.
And so usually the cab of the truck is fine, but that it tends to peel the top off the trailer. And then because of course they're hooked together, it hoists the front wheels of the cab off the ground and they just get wedged under. And everyone
it shuts
stands
down the
around and
road for a
laughs at
few hours.
shuts down a 5-way intersection.
The good news is the bridge always wins.
The bridge does
That's
always
good.
win.
That's good.
And everyone stands around and laughs. Or curses, depending on whether you're walking or driving.
It's funny because you just reminded me years ago, I did a family road trip to Pittsburgh to go see the Maple Leafs play the Penguins. And we rented a decent sized minivan because it was a big group. And so we found this below ground parking near the arena. But the problem is it had such a low clearance that our minivan barely made it under, but the radio antenna, 'cause this was back in the day, was getting bent when we were just driving, and we're like, well, we cleared the roof. That's what matters. Yeah.
All right.
I'm like, who designed it like this?
So the last little piece of bookkeeping is what does the cover of this issue look like?
I'm imagining a chaotic scene of a fight in a parking garage.
I'm thinking a no parking sign with kind of a looking dented, and the
Hanging from one chain.
And the remains of what's left of the garage.
the height bar kind of hanging
Yeah.
from one chain, and then kind of a green fire glow back in one corner of the distance in the kind of otherwise shadowy parking garage.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So yes, that brings us to the end of our first, probably like we'll call this is like the 0.5, like the ash can edition. Not quite a full issue, but enough for everybody to get a feel for how things tend to go, how dangerous minions can be if not dealt with fairly quickly. And how quickly you can ramp up into your yellow zone to get your like more dynamic abilities. But with that, we'll pick this up next week.
Cool.
Great.
All right.
Great.
Thanks. Great to be
Perfect.
back in this game.
Yeah, it's so good.
This was
I'll
fun.
try not to make anyone cry this time.
Yeah.
3 years ago, and she's still calling out.
I am.
It was a pretty
'cause
good
it was
scene.
all of you.
It was a good scene
And-
for sure.
It was a good
Been
scene.
slacking ever since.
I
That's what see.
know. I know. I haven't been playing a character who hates himself quite that much ever since. Because holy crap!
Or
Yeah.
loves buckets so much.
All right.
Just wanted to rescue one.
All right. Have a good night, folks.
Night, guys.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
'cause
everybody.
It's in October.